TV. We live with the one and only Jalil Hackett. What's poppin'?
What's happening, family? How you?
I'm good, man. First off, congratulations on your win.
And thank you, man. Appreciate it. Shit, it felt good getting that dub from that big crowd.
Yeah, and I can say right now, you look a lot different from the fight.
Yeah, I been getting that a lot. I tell him, I say, bro, that 147, I gets down there, so I know there's a lot of concerns on maybe people think I should move up to 54, but I
Yeah,
get down there and it ain't detrimental, it ain't super challenging yet. So as long as
right.
it's not super challenging, I'm still do it.
Now let's slow down. For some people who don't know, tell them where you from.
I'm from Washington D.C., Southeast D.C., born and raised.
Mm, good shit. Because a lot of people, especially like up north, they be like, "Oh, he from Maryland or he from Virginia." They don't really know where you from.
Nah, I let that be known. I'm from the city, bro. I'm stamped and approved here.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna say, why boxing?
Uh, it was really one of them situations where I fell into it, cause when I was young,
Mm,
I played football. I really played everything growing up, but the main focus was football. And
mm,
my dad used to be training fighters, so I would be in the gym, but it wasn't what I was doing. But one time I just asked him yeah, how old I gotta be to fight, and he was like, you gotta be 8 to fight amateur, and I was like 7, about to be 8. And I was just telling him all right, well, when I turn 8, you should let me fight one time. And if I
mm,
don't like it, then I just stick with football. And I fought in my first fight. I got a stoppage, and I was like, bro,
mm.
there's no way I'm not about to keep doing this. And so, yeah, that's how I got into boxing.
That's crazy. So you kind of feel like it was destined for you.
Yeah, I feel like it was just meant to be, because it's I think my dad got the video from my first fight, and it's I went out there, and it was he ain't trying to box, he's trying to fight. I went out there
Hmm.
really trying to take his head off, and we was 8 years old. So it was
Hmm.
and then even after I beat him, in the video, I was trying to get out the ring. I wasn't even worried about the decision. And my pops like, "No, you gotta wait till they say the decision." I'm like, shit, I just like fighting niggas. So
Right.
yeah, no, that was that. And after 2 years of that, I started really going out of town, winning these tournaments. That's when I was like, yeah, I really think I got a future in the sport.
Mm. So how many amateur fights did you have?
159.
Damn. So I wish I even had anything close to that. I only had 16 fights.
Yeah, I had 159. I was 140 and 19.
That's crazy. So at what age did you decide like did you really start thinking I could turn pro?
Probably when I was 14. When I was
Yeah.
yeah, when I was 14, that's around the time when I started to move around a little bit with pros, guys that
Hmm.
feel the smaller weights, dudes for 118, shit like that. Started to move around with them a little bit, and for the most part, I was holding my own. And then around the time where I turned 15, I hit a growth spurt. Then I started
Mm.
working with more guys, bigger pros. Due to the fact that I had a growth spurt, they started picking it up a little bit more. Some of them,
Yeah.
they was trying to get me out of there. So
Yeah.
like with me knowing they trying to get me out of there on my own, and I was only 14, I was like, shit, I really got a
Yeah.
future in this.
And I know a lot of people they you know what I mean they say bullshit, but right. I used to watch you. I don't know how old you was, but you was young. And I used to watch you on Instagram and I'm like, I know this dude gotta be special because your pop used to work you hard as shit, man. Hard.
Yeah, come from a football background. He used to work. He used to have a saying. He used to be like, bro, today you gonna work till I get tired, bro.
Mm,
And I used to be like, shit, I don't think he gonna get tired sitting on his ass. So
mm.
yeah, I used to be grinding, and my whole thing with anything in life, I'm never gonna let nobody make me quit.
Yeah.
I don't care
Yeah.
who you are. So like that used to be my motivation. Like we used to be doing stuff, and I used to just look at him like, yeah, you're not gonna break me, so we gonna be in
Mm.
today.
So you felt like your dad was your competition.
Yeah, like I used to always like we running. If he got me running, he don't give me no set mileage. I'll be running on the track or something. And the whole time I'm running, I'm just looking at him like, bro, like I'm gonna do this all day.
Yeah.
Like no matter what we doing, we could be hitting the bag. Like I look at him sometimes, like, bro, I'm still gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And so I feel
That's
like that really molded me as a fighter.
that's crazy. Now, how did you feel after your first professional fight?
I felt good, I got like the first fight jitters out the way.
Hmm.
Like I was real nervous like leading up to the fight, but like I don't know what it is. Like every time, like, cause I've never had a fight where I wasn't like nervous or anxious. But for some reason, like when I get like to that ring walk, all the nerves disappear.
Mm.
Like the nerves be gone. Like I be nervous about the something completely different. Like fuck
Right.
boxing. Like I be thinking like, what about trip and fall on the way to the ring or some shit? That be the thing I be worried about. But then once I get in that ring and
Yeah.
get the ring smooth, I be like, oh, all right, I'm good. I'm ready to rumble. Like I don't even be hearing the crowd, none of that.
Is it one of the best feelings in the world?
Oh, by far, by
Mm.
far.
Mm. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I love getting in the ring.
Yeah,
That shit
nah,
exciting
that's a different feeling.
for sure. For sure. When you so I know at one point you was signed to Mayweather. How did that get put together?
So when I was like 15, I had decided like at the end of that year, I was going like try and prepare myself to become a pro. And so like I was really like taking my time, going to different camps and stuff, just trying to change from that amateur style to the pro style. And so in the midst of doing that, my dad got a friend that was close with like a guy that was in Floyd's camp, like within the money team,
Hmm.
Perry, that was my manager back then. And so
Okay.
he came and met me, watched me train, watched me spar. We sat and talked, and like he was fucking with me. So he introduced me to Leonard Ellerby. I was around Leonard Ellerby, for years. Um, he had got me in the camp with Tank. Uh, I did good work in camp with Tank. Tank vouched for me to Leonard and Floyd. Um, that was around like 20, 2018, 2019. And,
Yeah.
I was just in multiple camps with Tank between 2019 and 2021. And, March of 2021, they end up signing me. I signed with them. And then I made my pro debut with them in June of 2021.
Okay. So I forgot to ask you this. Who you feel like gave you your best fight in the amateurs?
In the amateurs, my best fight, probably like I could say my most memorable fight.
Mm.
My most memorable fight was I was probably like 12. No, I think I was like 12 or 13, something like that. I don't know. I was young though, and
Hmm.
I had a fight with. I think he's still with Top Rank. I don't know, but he's pro. Kashir Ghostin.
Mm.
He from. I think he's from New York. Yeah, he from Albany. He from Albany. And, we had fought twice. The first time we fought, I beat him. And the second time we fought, like leading up to the fight, there was a lot of talk. And you know, the day of the fight, we had the glove table because we was at the Silver Gloves. We had
Right.
the glove table. His pops was like telling him like the game plan and everything. And he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna get him out of here this time." And like I
Mm.
looked up, I'm like, "Boy, you not stopping me, boy. I'm gonna fuck you up again." And so we was getting into it at the glove table. We was ready to fight. They had to break us up at the glove table, and that's when they got serious. And it was like basically DC versus New York. And
Yeah.
yeah, nah, the fight was crazy. Like we was going back and forth the whole fight. He ended up getting the win in that joint, but like that was like the fight of the tournament. Like the whole,
Right.
it looked like I'm sure you know how the Silver Gloves like that joint set up out in Missouri. like the other two rings was like empty, and then
Yeah,
we our ring was jam packed. Like everybody was watching our fight.
yeah, they had y'all hyped up.
Yeah.
So from Mayweather to Eddie Hearn, how did that get put together? You don't got to give me the particulars, but you know what I mean.
All right. So I ended up leaving Floyd and them. And it was a mutual understanding of I feel like I just had to better my career somewhere else. Uh, they respected it. Huge shout out to Leonard Ellerby. He gave me his blessing. He said, "Man, if it's somewhere else you can go to better your career, like, I want that for you because I fuck with you as a young man." And so, I ended up leaving them. I let it be known that I was a free agent. Everybody reached out. You know, whoever you could think of, they reached out.
Mm,
Um, But after talking with everyone, you know, I feel like the move to Matchroom with Eddie Hearn and them, that was the best decision for me to further my career.
yeah,
That's why I ended up going.
that's what's up. All right, so you go to Eddie Hearn, first fight, Pete Dobson in Philly, co-main. How did that feel like when you first heard about it?
Initially, at first I wasn't even the co-main. I was just like one of the co-features.
Mm,
Like I think like where Khalil Cole fought at, I think that's
right,
where I was supposed to fight at.
right,
Um, Shout out Khalil Cole too. He got a second round knockout.
for
But
sure.
yeah. So when I first heard about it, I was excited. You know, coming up, how I came up, Floyd and them. I only fought like as far as like exposure. I fought on like the stream, like my fourth pro fight
Right,
when I fought Rolly. I fought on the stream, but like that was like the highest I've been on a big card.
right.
So to go from stuff like that, fighting in the preliminaries when they still putting chairs up,
Mm,
you know, in an empty arena. Like people always say, like you fighting in the big arena. It don't matter how big the arena is if it's empty.
right.
Yeah. So like from going from that to fighting like basically on TV, like it
Yeah,
was a big step up. And then on top of that, people don't understand. Like Pete was talking mad shit, but like he was saying
yeah,
some real shit.
yeah.
Like he was like, "You never fought nobody. You fought all bums." He was right. He was right. I'm like, bro, like I fought two niggas with winning records.
Right.
One of the niggas was 4-0 with four knockouts, but like I smoked him, and
Mm-hmm.
the other one he was 13-1 or something like that, and I smoked him. And
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the dudes like had losing records, and they all got smoked too. So he was my first big test. He
Yeah.
was my first big test, and he was, he basically was saying like, he not ready, and I respect him for feeling that way. He a vet.
Mm-hmm.
He feel like he been in there with the best of the best. He really has. He was coming off a fight with Conor Ben where he really gave him a run for his money. He probably would have gave him even more of a run for his money if he let his hands go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just telling myself like I know what I could do. Like
Right.
I, despite fighting those guys, I always was asking for the bigger fights. Like I know after my fourth fight, I was telling them like I don't want to fight nobody with an upside down record. I was
Mm.
to winning records. I wasn't getting that, but it's like it is what it is. I'm gonna fight who they put in front of me. So I was happy when they sent Pete. I said
Yeah,
this could be an opportunity for me to prove myself.
for sure. So, cause when I first got asked about the fight, when the fight got made, they said, "What you think?" I said, listen, condition wise and all that, I'm not really worried about Jalil. The thing is, Pete is a vet. You know what I mean? And being on that stage, I know it could be difficult for some people. You know what I'm saying? I know that crowd could get to you, things like that. I'm like, he only got 8 fights. But then as we got closer to the fight, I'm like, this gonna be a good fight. You know what I mean? What did you feel like made you different from a kind of Ben?
I feel like leading up to the fight, the closer we got to the fight, the more confident I got.
Mm.
Like initially when the fight was announced, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a good scrap. It's gonna be a good test. Like if I could, I was telling myself, if I could beat this guy, then I'm ready. But
Mm.
like the closer we got to the fight, it went from that to like, all right, I gotta look dominant. I know I'm gonna beat him. It's just about how dominant I'm gonna look.
Okay.
And like I started to tell myself like, all right, bro, like he not nowhere near on your level. He not that. Like y'all, he might be older, but like y'all been boxing the same amount of time.
Mm.
He said he started boxing at 16 and he 34. Like y'all been boxing all the time. 2 years
Yeah,
old.
that's real shit.
I picked up the box. I picked up the box as like as in fighting when I was 8, because you can't even fight until you 8. But like as far as being in the gym, I've been in the gym for damn near as long as I've been alive. So it's like, all right, he ain't really on your level, and it was just about showing that for me. Um, yeah,
So the first round, you get in the I mean, you get in the ring, first round, what's on your mind?
I'm like shit. Just establish my jab, apply the pressure. I feel like Conor Ben in that Conor Ben fight, he came out and I feel like his game plan was his best defense was more offense.
Mm.
And so he applied that pressure. He put his foot on the gas from the jump. Um, what I can say, I just feel like Conor Ben don't have the skill set that I have.
Mm.
So I feel like you know, although Conor Ben he did dominate the 12-round fight they had. I mean, it was more competitive dominance, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like dominated him, but it was like every round was close.
Yeah.
Like he won the rounds, but like they were close. Compared to me, like I feel like after watching the fight, those first six, no question. Like I had no doubt in my mind. Like I won those first 6 rounds easy.
Now
And
what
then
my bad.
no, you good. We get to like those back four. I was watching the fight. People don't know. Like after the 6th round, they asked me how I felt. I was like, I feel cool. They was like, well, back out and box. And I'm like, shit, I don't want to be giving no rounds away. And they was telling me, shit, if you stay on your jab, you're not gonna get rounds away. He said, if
Right.
you're not, you will. So I come out in that 7th round. I really feel like I fell asleep that round. Wasn't
Mm.
doing enough. I gave him like after rewatching the fight, I gave him the 7th. And
Quick question. Quick question.
yeah,
I,
what's up?
that was real important that you said that. You say you fell asleep in the ring. I try to constantly explain that to people, but they don't really get it. Could you explain like what that means when you in the ring and you fall asleep?
Like I was just going through the motions. Like if he throw a jab, I'm catching it. If he if he step back, I'll step forward. If he step forward, I'll step back. Like it was no initiative. Like it was no plan. Nigga just was doing the 3 minutes. And
Yeah.
when I came back to the corner, Coach Kenny and my dad was like, "Nigga, you fell asleep that round. Like, what the fuck are you doing?" Like, nigga threw that cold ass water on me, woke me the fuck up. And so, yeah, nah, I feel like I had lost that 7th round. Even after I woke up, I feel like I lost the 8th round too. And
Yeah.
I come back to the corner. It was like we got 6 minutes. 6 minutes till you secure this bag. Just close out strong. And
Yeah.
I feel like I closed out the 9th and the 10th round real strong. Use my jab, not really focus on hitting him with power shots, more so, piling up the points and winning the round. And I feel like I did that real good in the 9th and the 10th.
Hold on real quick. Let me try to see if I get rid of this echo.
All right.
Hello?
Yo,
Still doing it. So after the win, Pete Dobson, how you feel after that?
it felt great, It was like it was a weight off my shoulders. Like
Mm.
I just kept getting that, he hyped up. And like I said, Pete was talking cash shit, but he was saying a lot of shit that most people was saying. Like he hyped up. He made his name off of Instagram. He ain't know he ain't what they say he is. You know, it was a lot of people even saying like he got 7 knockouts because he knocked out 7 bums.
Mm.
Like he ain't really hitting hard. And shit, I feel like that fight showed like I gotta be doing something. Shit, nigga ain't get all lumped up on accident. You
Real
know.
rap.
And, yeah, so like I feel like it was a huge weight off my shoulders. I talked to Eddie. I talked to Eddie after the fight, and Eddie was like, "Yeah, you did real good. You did real good. You passed the test. You know, now it's time to see. What's next for you. He was real proud of my performance. He even said like I wasn't expecting that from you. He said I had
Mm.
high expectations for you, but I didn't expect you to go into that fight and win it as easy as you did. And I told him I was like I feel like if you have a tough training camp, like that training camp is like real tough, then the fight be cool. Like in
Yeah.
camp, I was sparring with Jared Hurd, Lamont Roach, one of Lamont little homies, Ben Johnson. He just turned pro. Want to know? I was sparring with dudes at my gym, like my man Nico Woods. He just turned pro. He fight super bantamweight. I was sparring with Crisanto Lucio. He also trained out of my gym. He 8-1. He a welterweight as well. But it's like the amount of work I was getting, like from a guy like Jared Hurd, that's a big nigga, bro. Like
Yeah.
he ain't little, and I feel like in a way, him and Pete have like a similar style. So like
Hiding behind
that,
that shoulder.
yeah, that right there was like high quality work. Like that's where I got most of my rounds from. A dude like Lamont Roach, he a very high IQ boxer. Me and him, we was getting a lot of work in. Ben, he a big welterweight like me, and he young, so like he was able to keep a high pace for the majority of the rounds we was doing. My man Nico, my man Santo, they really like they was pushing me the whole time because like that's like in house work. So like every round they switching out, they fresh every round. So like they was pushing me to the limit, and so I was just telling myself, I said I know he not working this hard. Like he
Mm.
34,
Yeah.
and like I said at the press conference, this ain't his main focus. He not worried about this 24/7. Like this all I'm
Mm.
worried about. Like y'all see how nice this house is? This my mama in them house.
Yeah.
This my mama in them house. I ain't gotta worry about shit else but boxing. So it's like
Mm.
I'm not about to lose to a nigga who worry about 100 different things.
Hey, listen, that's some real shit though.
Yeah, no, like this literally all I worry about. Like last week after the fight, I took the week off. Like I took the week off. I chilled. Like I chilled. I played the game. I went out.
Yeah.
Like
That's the
so
luxuries though.
yes, like I just imagine if I was in his shoes, like he didn't take a week off. Even if
Yeah.
hypothetically, even if he won, he wouldn't have took a week off. He
Right.
would have went home and would have had to go to work or some shit. Like,
Still got shit to do.
yeah. So it's like, I thank him for pointing that out. Like, nigga, I'm happy. I got two parents that make 6 figures a year.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I'm good. I can focus on my career. I can really develop myself as a fighter. I can stack my bread. When I leave here, I'm taking the Jared Hurd route, leaving my parents' house at like 30 and buying me a big ass house. Real shit. Real shit. Real shit.
Yeah.
I say, bro, like if you want to look up to a fighter, look up to that nigga. That nigga
Yeah.
got businesses. He got them big ass 18-wheeler trucks. Put
Yeah.
niggas with PDLs in them trucks. They be driving all over the place. He got a big ass house, fucking driveway like a half a mile long and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, he winning. Like people say, oh yeah, his career over. His career ain't over. He still fight, but he ain't gotta fight. He doing this shit because
Right.
he love it. I say one thing for sure, two things for certain. When he walk in that bank, bro, they call him the champ in that bitch.
Mm.
champ in that bitch.
I ain't
So it's
mad
like
at you.
he won that life, bro.
Hey, but listen, something important you said. You spoke on your mother and your father. Talk about how important that was for you just growing up, and now for you in your pro career.
Shit, it's super important. People don't know. Like, I live with my dad and my stepmom, but like my stepmom, that's really like my mom. Like they've been married. They've been married since I was 3 years old.
Mm.
So I got them, and then not only do I got them, I got my mom, and then I got my stepdad. You know, they've been married. They've been married since I was like 10. They ended up getting divorced not too long ago, but that's still my right hand man. Like people ask about him. I tell him like that's my dad, because he be at all the fights. He been at the fight since I was an amateur, and
Mm.
so it's like I got it. I got it good. I got two moms, I got two dads, I got a hell of a support system. So
So
it's
yeah,
like
I was about to say that support count.
yeah, I always tell people like it really take a village. Like I take my hat off to niggas like Tank, who really came up with no parents for real. Like, yeah,
Mm.
he had parents, but they wasn't like there. Like they wasn't there. They wasn't really back in his play. So like, he really got it like all the way out the dirt. I ain't saying I had it easy, but you feel like I feel like the mental aspect of it is a little bit different when like, all right, I got people that's like wherever I'm doing, they going back it 100%. When I
Mm.
thought I was going to the NFL, they was like, nigga, we at every football game. When I had that hot second when I thought I was going to the NBA, nigga, we at every basketball game. When I locked in on the boxing shit, they was at every fight. When it was time to go to tournaments, they was footing the bill for them tournaments. So it's
Mm.
like shit. Now that I'm pro, it's like I'm just I feel like and me doing what I'm doing. I'm just that's all.
I got a question. You knowing that you got a great support system and you don't have to do things outside of what you want to do, how do you stay hungry?
I always I always told myself like my goal coming into boxing shit, I always want to be a world champion. Like most kids be like, yeah, I want to go to the Olympics, shit like that. Like no, even when I was like 8, 9 years old, like I wanted to be like Adrian Broner. Like that nigga was like a 3 time, no, he was 4 time world champion. He was like 23.
Yeah.
So it's like that was my goal. So like that shit always like that always was a push. And then on top of that, like niggas grew up in the fucking hood. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, yeah, I had four parents, but they wasn't fucking rich my whole life. Like
Yeah.
niggas grew up in the hood. So it's like, you know, I don't wanna fall back to that. Because once I stop chasing my dream, they're gonna be like, nigga, you gotta do something. But
Right.
like, yeah, no, niggas grew up fucked up. Like I got dead friends. I got friends that like was supposed to be something, but they ain't never get to make it. So it's like
Right.
shit, I'm doing it for them. Like I got friends
Right.
I talk to their peoples all the time, like they moms or some shit like that. And like they moms be proud of me. Like you and my son grew up together and you chasing your dreams. You doing what he could have did if he was still alive. So
Right.
yeah, no, I just be putting on for them, putting on, and it's kind of bigger than that now. It used to be putting on for them. Now I really like putting on for my family, my whole city. For real,
Yeah, I
for real.
like it, man. Hey, so how do it feel now? You 9-0. What you 21 now?
Yeah.
9-0, you 21. I know the girls in your DM. Talk to me.
Hey, I keep it level headed. Like like I pay him attention, of course. Like, cause it's like, come on now, I'm 21. But it's like
Yeah.
I feel like I could read the room real good. Like I know who got my best interests. I know who just coming around for a good time, not a long time. So like
Mm.
I play them how they play me. Like if they coming for a good time, not a long time, then I'm right there with them. But like they really fucking with me. I'm really fucking with them. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But the main focus always gonna be that squared circle.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, man. I commend you, man. That's heavy, especially to be your age. You know what I mean? To
Yeah,
be
no,
that young.
hey, shit. My pops always tell me. He say, if you chasing money, the bitches gonna chase you. But if you chasing the bitches, I never seen the money chase a nigga that's chasing bitches.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Hey, where you see yourself next? Like, what you want next?
Right now, like I'm really just looking for like another 10 rounder versus another like competitive, a good fighter. Like Pete wasn't no pushover. I tell niggas like he was coming off like prior to Conor Ben, he was an undefeated fighter, and
Yeah,
he was ranked in the top 15 by like I think every sanctioning body. So
yeah,
it's like yeah, he won no pushover. So I'm looking for like another guy on his level, see where I can improve as far as like in a 10 round fight, and then we just go from there.
yeah. Hey, listen, y'all. Everybody always asks me, are we related? This is my adopted cousin on my daddy's side. You
Yeah.
understand?
Hey, I always tell people ask like, yeah, is you and Greg Hackett related? I was like, no. I be like, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. That ain't my cousin. That's my long.
Real rap. Cause to tell you the truth, growing up, I ain't know no other Hackets. You know what I mean?
I never did neither. Like, but I'm older. I'm starting to like meet people, and like everybody that I meet, they shit always track back to either North or South Carolina, and I'd be like, bro,
Mm,
we related in some way. I said,
yeah, that's
got,
true.
cause like I was in camp with Tank for like 3 months when he was getting ready for Ryan. And I met like four niggas in Vegas, last name Hackett. And I was asking about they like family history and they shit all backtrack to what's the name? Backtrack to the Carolinas. And that's how I found out me and Jahan Ingram was related.
Okay.
He got a cousin named Ron. Ron, he like directly related to me because like he was telling me like, yeah, my grandma this, that, and the third, and I'm like, what? And then like I was
Yeah,
putting two and two together. I'm like, nah, bro, like that's really my cousin. And so
yeah,
like, it's so funny, like when Jahan was going through all that shit, people was trying to wonder like why is he back in this place so heavy? I'm like, nah, that's family. That's why.
right. That's what's up. How important is family to you?
It's super important. It's super, super, super important because Um, I always tell people like blood don't make you family, but at the same time it's like, you gotta keep the bloodline right. Like I feel like I got a solid bloodline. Like
Hmm.
everybody solid, everybody true and through. And so like I feel like if I got a good bloodline, we gotta keep the bloodline good. And
Yeah,
once the family gets separated, then it's like
yeah,
then fucking start to when you fuck with the dogs, they start running them game pits with them mutts, and that shit fuck up your good bloodline.
you ain't never lied. All right. So give me your top five all time coming like that. You just it don't got to be a current top five, but just your top five all time.
Top five all time. Um, can I switch up the list? Can I give you my five favorites?
Go ahead, do what you do.
All right, my five favorites, no order. Roy Jones Jr.,
Mm,
Javante Davis,
mm,
Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Robinson. In the fifth spot, damn, it's like I want to. The fifth spot is like a tie between Floyd Mayweather and Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
mm. That's a crazy mix. And
Yeah,
you remind me of Marvin Hagler.
yeah, like the mix of like favorite fighters so versatile because it's like I try and like take a little bit from all of them. Like as far as like the
Yeah,
current fighters, like I watch a whole lot of Earl Spence. I watch a whole
yeah,
lot of Earl Spence. Try and learn some shit from him. Um, I was saying like a lot of people like after the last fight, they was like, yeah, he fight like B Hop. I
Mm.
never heard that before. So like after
Yeah.
hearing that, I've been watching a lot of B Hop and you
Yeah.
know,
B Hop was crafty.
yeah, I'm like, bro, like y'all disrespecting B Hop saying I feel like B Hop. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, but like after hearing it, like I gotta watch him because like I watched B Hop growing up, and I'm like, bro, B Hop is different,
Yeah.
different. And
Crafty old head.
yeah, so I'm like, for y'all to be like this nigga fight like B Hop, I'm like, man, I gotta really look into B Hop now.
What's the what's the one big fight that you want?
Right now, I really can't see that far in the future
Mm.
because Eddie and them got us really taking it one step at a time. Um, but as far as like down the line, I feel like I could get like a belt at 47 within the near future. You know, guys talking about moving up. Like I know Boots real close with him and his dad. They don't really see they time. They feel like they time running thin at 47. So he move up. I could definitely see me getting that IBF. Fighting a guy like Cody Crowley or even a guy like Conor Ben. Conor Ben's with Matchroom.
Right.
I can see a fight like that. I can see me getting that belt. I can see a unification bout with Brian Norman. Um,
Mm.
I really there's a lot of potential fights at 47 to be made. But I feel like the most important thing right now is like capturing one of those four big titles at 47. Once I get
Yeah.
one of those big titles, then I feel like the talks become more realistic. But right
Yeah.
now, it's just all talk. It's fictional.
Yeah. I like that, man. Real wise too at your age, man. I like that.
Yeah,
Hey, say we get Tank and Shakur right now. What you think about that fight?
Tank and Nine.
In 9 rounds?
Yeah, Tank and Nine. Shakur a hell of a boxer. He a hell of a boxer, but I feel like they IQs is like around the same level. I think Tank IQ a little bit higher, and
Mm.
his IQ gonna make it where like those shots that them other guys can't hit Shakur with, Tank gonna catch him with, and he gonna knock him the fuck out.
Mm. What about Better BF and Bivol?
Better BF and Bivol, that's a great fight, but a lot of people taking Better BF, but I like Bivol in a boxing match.
Mm. Why you think he could pull it off?
I feel like he a long, smart boxer. No Diddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no Diddy.
he like to keep it at the end. He like to keep his punches like everything coming like straight ahead. Like he don't really I don't really see him throw too many hooks. He don't get in the inside unless he got to. Um,
Hmm.
so I feel like if he keeps the fight on the outside, he can beat Better BF.
Yeah. I like that fight a lot. And I
Yeah,
feel like Better BF gonna take it. I feel like Better BF gonna take it because after the rounds start to die down, we get to like 9, 10. I just think the pressure
yeah,
crush Biffle.
that pressure might be something. And let's and just real quick, let's go back to that Shakur Tank. Just because I feel like is gonna get knocked out by Tank, that don't make him a bad fighter. Tank is a pound for pound top fighter right now, and if his career keep going the way it's going, he's gonna be a all time pound for pound guy. So losing to a guy like that don't make you trash. Like, and I feel like that's something that we gotta break in the boxing culture. Like,
Mm.
a nigga lose to a top nigga, now they ass. Like people were saying Frank was trash after he lost to Tank. I'm like, bro, he lost to fucking Tank.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like
One of the
that's the
best in the world.
yeah, that shit crazy. And like,
Yeah.
you know, I really don't think nobody can beat Shakur at 35. Yeah, I really don't think nobody can beat him at 35, and ain't too many niggas fucking with him at 40, except for Tank.
Mm.
Because he just got that he got that that one punch knockout ability that don't too many guys at them smaller weights have.
True. That's very true. what give me like just give me something, just leave me with something, man. Something for the people that you want them to know, or either, just how you feel, man.
Man, shit, really, I just, first off, I would like to thank you, for hitting me up, bring me on your platform, chopping it up with me after the fight. Um, Also, I like to thank all the fans who support me, anybody who tuned into the fight. If you came to Wells Fargo, I appreciate you. I'm glad to say I was able to take part in a big, sold out event like that. Had a huge part in it as well. I was the co-main event.
Yeah,
Um, I like to thank Matchroom. I like to thank Eddie Hearn. They took a real big risk on this fight. Um, I like to thank my coaches, my dad, Coach Kenny, my fifth conditioning coach, Coach Zoe. All the guys that helped me get ready for this fight, all the guys I train with every day, my man Nico, back to my pops and my strength and conditioning coach, my man Coach Wiley, everybody at my gym, Round 15 boxing gym, and shit, I'm gonna keep giving y'all great fights. People
for
said
sure.
my fight was the most exciting fight on the card. I'm gonna make that my mission to be the most exciting fight on every card that I'm on.
For sure. Hey, listen, we was happy to have you, man. Y'all definitely put on a great show. Y'all put on a great build up. You know what I mean? Let everybody know where they can follow you at.
You can get me on Instagram at Jalil_Hackett, and you can get me on Twitter at Jalil Hackett.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you. Keep being a great young man. You know what I mean? Keep being a great person and keep working hard, bro.
Nah, for sure, man. Like I said, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right.
Here with me.